Hi everyone! Today's video is a little bit of a mixed bag. It's supposed to be an oil painting video, but I use a little bit of oil pastel, so I want to show how I do that. I'm also using this piece of cedar wood, which is not typically used for oil painting, but I've completely sealed it with 3 coats of clear gesso. And as you can see, it's got it's rough cut and has like splinters on the sides, and I mean, I've sanded off the splinters so it's not like hurting anybody, but it's cut unevenly and even just split, not even sawn in some areas. So that gives it kind of the rough kind of look that I want. Of course, the side I'm painting on is smooth. I also like these. I really like this eye and this knot in the wood in the dark area, and was wanting to kind of preserve that. But maybe in the future I can do a better job. I just decided I would paint some cows on it and some grass because I wanted something that wasn't too busy, but also could show a little bit of the wood grain through. So what I'm doing first is just sketching the cows, and those are the main part of the painting. I need to get realistic, and then the rest of it can be more abstract. And then I do it very, very loosely so you can just see, kind of leaving the edges even unpainted. So yeah, just sketching in with a mixture of transparent Avignon orange and Payne's gray. And the other colors on my palette are cobalt blue, cadmium yellow, quinacridone red, which I really didn't even use except to tone down the grass, and a cobalt violet. I also use a bright green, or I think this is more of a turquoise pastel. So when I use pastel with oil painting, I either have to let the oil painting part dry, or I just use it before I actually do the painting. Otherwise you just get it all over your you just get paint all over your crayon, and then it won't work. It won't adhere to the surface. So I really like this clear gesso with the pastel because it leaves a really rough surface. Now I've sanded it down, but it goes on really rough. It has to, in order for it to be kept clear, I believe. Alright, so we're going to just finish up the cows. I mean, pretty simple creatures, but there's just a few areas that you need to get right. One of those, I think, is the legs, because their legs are different than some animals. They have big joints at their knee area, and then they have a hoof. And another thing about cows is they have a lot more. When I think about a cow, and I see cows all the time because we have a ranch, but I feel like I just think of like a box or like a tank. Like you've even seen people make cows out of like a barrel. But they have more bone structure underneath. So like the back of the mother's cow is higher than her head, even in this picture, the way she's standing. So that's just something to keep in mind. And even though the black cows, they have some reflection on them too, and so I try to bring that out. It's on the right side of the cow on the painting. And I think the ears are one area where you can really bring out the personality in the cow, because just like horses, and dogs, they use their ears. The ears just say so much about what's going on with them. All right, so the background here has the Payne's gray mixed with yellow, which makes a nice dark green. I might have a little burnt sienna on the palette, but I don't really use it. And I like the areas of turquoise around the cows because they just really contrast and make the focal point, which is the cows, stand out more. All right, and at the end I kind of go back with some of my cobalt violet and mix that in. These cows are certified Angus, which are black cows, but they have like 2% Hereford, which gives them a white face, and those are on our ranch what makes the Hereford kind of makes them really good moms, to be honest. And yeah, it's just a good mix, and they just birth a good calf also. So but yeah, they're like 98% Angus. And so anyway, we're not talking about the beef, but I know a lot about it because we have a ranch. But yeah, so this is a mother cow, and her baby's called a calf. And as you can see, let's get back to the painting part of this. Just going in with a really light yellow paint here, made of cobalt, or no, cerulean blue, cadmium yellow, and probably a little bit of white, maybe just a touch of white. And you can still see some bare areas of the wood showing through. I'm just going to suggest some grass here. And I really liked this part where I added the violet to the background because there were some hills back there, and I also added to the shadows, and that just kind of ties all the purple areas together, and even on the shadow of the cows' necks. All right, I'm just gonna sign it, and I'm pretty sure we're done. This went really fast and was a lot of fun. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And happy painting!